Thank you to MusicBed for sponsoring today's video. MusicBed is by far our favorite place to find music because they work with incredibly talented musicians and artists who are just as passionate about their music as you are about your film. MusicBed truly focuses on quality, and with over 1,000 artists on their roster, you are guaranteed to find a track that perfectly fits your film. Their catalog is very simple to browse. They have some great search tools, and they also have a direct online chat where you can ask a MusicBed representative for help finding your music. They literally just send you songs that work. It's pretty great. Check out the link in the description and use the code SUNNY16 at checkout to receive 1 month free when you purchase an annual subscription. MusicBed is an awesome company. We love working with them, and we think you will too. Top Gun Maverick, the long-awaited sequel to the cult classic, delivers that awesome high-octane flying experience, the bro-y American spirit that I am so fond of, as well as a sometimes cheesy storyline that you can't help but love. With a price tag of $170 million to make, now grossing over, I believe, $500 million in revenue already, is Top Gun worth the hype, or is it overrated?
It's made that much money in how many days?
It's been out for a week.
That was as of a few days ago. So this recording, it'll be like a week and a half from when this recording comes out. It'll have grossed over 500 mil.
Wow.
You know what's funny though? When
What's up, everybody?
When you say 170 million, I'm like, that's all? Because like all the all the shots in there were no CGI. So I'm like, I thought the budget would be way more than that. But
right,
man.
Right. Well, and the planes to fly the planes to rent the F-18s was $11,000 an hour.
That's insane.
That is quite the hourly rate.
Yeah. Yeah.
We gotta get that.
Tom Cruise probably has the homie hookup with the military, and like they give him a deal.
Is $11,000 an hour a deal?
Oh, for sure.
Wow,
Yeah.
You saw that as the homie hookup, huh?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, the movie. So I saw it. Niall saw it. We saw it together.
Yeah, I
Yes.
watched it last night.
Joshua watched last night. Taylor has not seen it yet.
Wah, wah, wah.
But this episode, just to let everybody know, there's not going to be any spoilers. We're just going to like react as filmmakers, I think, to what we saw.
Yes.
Taylor
So maybe there
was
will be a
planning to see
spoiler
it.
though.
Well, we'll try our best to not do any spoilers if you haven't seen it.
No, yeah. I won't.
But it is
Because I still want to see it. You know.
right.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you
you tried
enjoy
to
it,
see
Taylor.
it.
I think
It's
you
a movie
enjoy
that
it.
I recommend seeing.
Yeah.
Can I just start with why I love it?
Sure.
The first
Yeah,
reason
you
I
hit
love it is because of just how much flying there was. Like, they do not shy away from just the most exhilarating plane footage
It was so
you
pure.
could ever see in a movie.
It was so pure.
It
Like,
was
I was
so good. It was so good. And as someone who I've said, I don't know if I've ever said this on the podcast, but I've been joking for years and years that if I were to go back and do my life over again, I would probably want to go be a pilot. Like, that sounds like the thing like once all this creative stuff is all said and done and I somehow have the time and money, I'm going to go become a pilot. That's like what I want to do.
Hell
So
yeah.
for me, this hit a very soft spot in terms of just like that. This is the most like it really got me going, you know?
It got to you.
Yeah.
I
It
feel
got
that.
to me.
I feel that.
It got
Did
to me.
Tommy get to you?
Tommy got to me. Tom Cruise to me, like it was the perfect amount of cheesy. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Love
was
it.
like the love story in it, very cheesy. Caleb had a really funny comment. He's like, "Dude, our parents are gonna love this." Like it is
Yeah,
it is
it's
such
like
an ode to old movies in that regard of just
It's
like
so pure though. Like
Right.
Joshua was saying, that everything about it. I feel like what it did really well was like stuck to its integrity. Like they weren't trying to make the movie that everyone liked it because it was just it like it stuck to itself. It was so honest. It was
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like a good YouTube channel, like making videos 35 years later that are
Right.
the exact same as
That
because
are
this game,
pure.
Top Gun 1 came out 35 years ago.
Right.
Top Gun
A sequel.
Maverick, a sequel that came out that long ago. It's like they spent they said 10 years in general, like making it. Kind of. I'm
Right.
sure that's from every aspect.
Well, and it got
of
delayed a
filmmaking, but-
bunch because of COVID, so they had a bunch of delays.
Yeah, but you can kind of have this cheesy Tom Cruise shirt off factor. Everything's golden hour, but then he hops in a freaking jet and goes 10 G's, and you're like, dude, this is sick. Like,
as I was sitting in the chair, I felt the G's. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
sound design and the visual experience. You can. I'm like
So
gripping
good.
my chair.
I was
I'm just like,
I was hiding under my shirt. I was like this, like
yeah. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
and his character, he kind of plays this like. He's really good at his job. He's
Right.
really good at being a pilot, but
Right.
he hasn't moved up the ranks to anything higher than like a captain, which is like a funny balance because back when 35 years ago, younger Tom Cruise, when he was, Maverick, going into the Top Gun flight school, then you like expect him to like grow his career in the military.
Right.
But coming here, he's like still in that same place because he's just so good, and he doesn't.
Everybody's like, why are you still a captain?
That kind of spoke to me. Like people in general want to like grow their business. They want to get to this top, and I'm like, what if you just want to do the thing you love doing?
right. Oh,
And I feel like that kind of hit the.
That's real good. That's real good.
That's
one thing
kind
that
of what I
Caleb
took from
said.
it. Yeah.
One thing that Caleb said right after the movie, he was like, everyone should do a sequel 30 years later. Like, if you do a sequel
It's
the
just that
next
good.
year, yeah,
just
it's
that
like
good,
it's like
yeah.
you've almost had 35 years of expectation and like a sense of anticipation building to where it's like Top Gun, the original, is so nostalgic.
Yeah.
And because they waited so long, that's what makes this good. If they had done it 5 years later, 3 years later, like, who knows if it would be the same nostalgia because it's still so current, like the movie came out the movie came out in the 80s. If in the 90s they
80s
came out
vibes
with the vibe,
are kind of coming back too.
Right,
So like those,
yes.
it literally has waited long enough for the cycle to be like, I don't know, like I guess
For the
like
trend
vintage
to come back
motorcycles
around,
and cool
yeah.
yeah.
yeah, that's so good.
That kind of music.
Yeah, if it was done any earlier, I feel like they would have infused CGI and whatnot. And I'm so happy that
Right.
I did not see an ounce of CGI in this.
Right.
To my knowledge, because having something practical is just way more grounded. And
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So from my research, their only CGI they did was to like paint the planes and like give them different texture or something like that. Like, but in
That's
terms of
fine,
like,
but, like, in
it
the
was
action,
a plane.
though.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
still a plane.
Yeah.
In the air,
So-
like
Right.
the real
Doing
jet
the thing.
fuel, the
Yeah.
real everything. Yeah.
yeah.
So
I'm sure-
Joshua, that's why the $170 million budget didn't seem too crazy,
Right.
Because paying for CGI
Oh, I see what you're saying, I see what you're
on
saying.
like
It's a
big
lot.
budget stuff. Oh yeah, they can blow through like for shots, and I feel like they kind of just use that budget for.
I
real
guess I just
stuff,
don't.
but-
I just don't know the price of CGI versus like something practical.
Yeah.
'Cause something practical in my sense is like if you break it,
What
you
was
gotta
that one
buy it
movie?
again.
So yeah, so apparently they never actually flew the F-18. They basically sat in a seat behind the actual pilot.
Okay.
And then had a bunch of cameras. So someone else actually was flying because Tom Cruise, I don't think, ever got permission to actually fly. They're $70 million a piece. Like every one of those planes is $70 million. So it's like, and they're flying what? 15 of them. So it's like if
Yeah.
one of them crashes, it's like almost
Yeah.
like you'd see how the
But Tom
United States
Cruise
government was like, hey,
he
simmer
does
down.
fly. That I think the plane he has at the beginning of the movie that he's working on in that shop, I think
Uh-huh.
that might be his plane that he can actually fly.
Yeah, so he
Like
is an
that.
actual pilot. He
Yeah,
does
he is a
fly
pilot.
a fighter jet in but it's not the F-18. Yeah, so
Still.
what I've actually researched is pretty conflicting in a way because like there are some BTS trailers that are like that really play up like how it's all real, and then there are some articles that kind of dig into like, well, it's like it's as real as it could have been. Either way, it's still like a
It's
tip of the hat.
very
It's still a
believable.
tip of the hat, you know.
I have a question for Taylor
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
she hasn't seen it yet. Hearing us be all hyped about it, like what? And I mean, I'm not like the biggest Top Gun fan. I watched the movie back in the day, or like when I was in high school, I think.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was like a cool jet fighter Tom Cruise action film. But
Right.
it's like, what's kind of like, what are your expectations going into the theater before you go? Like now that you've heard this hype, like what are you expecting?
Is it too hyped?
Yeah.
See,
like,
I don't know if it's too hyped, but it could be.
What are you
think-
kind of envisioning it to be like?
Yeah, what I'm
why is it so
envisioning
good?
now is just really loud,
Yes, I would say that's accurate.
high action, lots of. Here's the thing. When I think about a lot of flying, that makes me anxious. I don't like small planes.
Well, let me paint something.
So-
like in general, you're just not a small plane person.
They scare me for sure.
You might
So,
feel
like,
claustrophobic in some.
It's like a
sense.
death cage, and so I guess
It's a lot to
I'm
unpack
gonna
here.
watch it and I'm gonna be nervous the whole
Yeah.
time probably because I just like flying like that. It just
Yeah.
freaks me out.
Right.
But I'm reading one of the articles about how they shot this, and that is probably what gets me most excited, is like knowing the filmmaking beforehand
Interesting.
and then going and watching it in that way.
Right.
Can I just read this like 2 sentences?
Yes, please.
For sure.
Out of a 12 to 14 hour day,
Yeah.
you get 30 seconds of good footage. It was so hard earned, though. It just took a very long time to get it all. Months and months of aerial shooting. We shot as much footage as the 3 Lord of the Rings movies combined.
That's insane.
That is insane.
800
wild.
hours of
That
footage.
Wow. Poor assistant editors.
That's
Pulling
6 cinema
select.
cameras
Insane.
shooting simultaneously. Wow.
Right,
That's
'cause-
insane.
Shout out to that crew. Just like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Props.
To me, I'm almost like, I need to go see the movie just to like,
Just out of respect
Yeah.
for the hard work. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and I think what's cool
Literally.
is like you see it pay off. Like they had like a cine jet, kind of the first of its kind, which is basically a jet with a camera following a jet.
Yeah.
It's like the ultimate follow cam. Like,
Yeah.
like
What?
we think it's cool to
'Cause
like
of
shoot out of the
speed. It has to- it
out
needs
of
to
like the
match that
back of a
speed.
car.
wait,
And like they're doing
did the
cine jets. Cine jets.
Yeah, like does that have sports mode on it?
Yeah.
Like my DJI drone. It's
Exactly.
like click it into
Okay, wait.
sport mode.
I have a logistical question. So if Tom Cruise, how did they shoot Tom Cruise if he wasn't flying?
So apparently they had a double cockpit.
I see.
And basically they filmed in the back cockpit. So
And
he
gave
was,
him fake
so
controls.
So he's experiencing all of the G's,
All of it.
all of the turns. And apparently what I read is because they're in these F-18s, there's no like direct link to like your DP, your
No.
your hair and makeup, your
You're on your
director.
own.
So what they would do is like because they're covering so much ground and moving so fast, they would do circles and then they would direct themselves. So like imagine like Miles Teller like trying to hit a line and then like telling his pilot in the front to like, oh, he actually needs another take, circle back
Do
to
it
that
again.
same mountain in the background. Yeah, it's like it's just
Oh my
such
gosh.
yes. And apparently like they had like all their hair and makeup stuff there, so they would like spray extra sweat. They would look in the mirror and then they would like make sure their goggles centered and then they would hit record.
Wow, the commitment.
That's
Yes.
so cool.
It's
The
it's just so
commitment.
yeah, and like the trust in your crew to like make sure that
Yeah.
happens, and like they would the fact that like they would hit record too. It's like they're their own little one man band for like
so
these
freaking
scenes.
cool.
And apparently
And the
all
trust in the
faces-
pilot.
Right, I know. And like their faces, Taylor, you'll
scary.
see like as they're going up the G's. They only ever hit I think 7.5 actually, but in the movie they show
They
like
go
10,
up to 10, yeah.
which is
That's
still 7.5 is like
Dude, 7
It's
and
a
a
lot.
half.
crushing.
It's-
You feel
it's-
like you
it's
feel
a-
like you're getting crushed.
I think it's like 1,000 pounds of pressure, depending on so it's like their faces moving and being all weird is like completely real. That's not them like
Oh,
faking
see,
it. That's just like
part
how
of
their
it
went
is
on
faces.
a-
so cool to me.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
that,
that's
I will
wild.
see this movie just because of that.
I think I just
I think
respect
Di-
it more
Disney's-
because of it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's realistic.
Yeah.
Outside of the action, I really did enjoy the story in terms of Tom Cruise's character with Bradshaw, in the relationship from the first movie.
Yes.
With
Rooster?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that emotional weight really helped me connect more and make
Right.
the action way more
There was something at
meaningful.
risk.
Yeah,
there's something
there's
at
that
risk
risk,
because
yeah.
like if Rooster dies, then like or if Maverick dies in the film, and I won't say what happens. It's like
Yeah.
there's emotion. You feel that
Yeah.
emotionally,
Yeah, 'cause
you know,
he's dealing
because
with-
of that backstory.
because Maverick is dealing with grief this whole time. Once he finally
Right.
learns like he's going to be training
Right.
his best friend's son.
There are
It's
some
like, oh,
bro-y
shoot.
scenes with Miles
Yeah.
Teller that get me jacked.
Did
Like,
you
I-
cry?
course.
Did you cry?
I'm a
course.
crier. I'm a crier. I don't think I cried very
No,
much.
Niles told me he got a half chub. That's what he said. He's like, dude. He said he was feeling some warmth in his pants during the movie. Niles was like, I could see the beach. It goes from flying jets, and you're on the beach playing football with your
Oh,
boys. It's like this
yeah.
team building stuff. And then you
Yeah.
got the girl looking out of her restaurant, just like at them, like kind of smirking.
Such
And
It's
Niles
just
felt
is
so
literally-
American. It
I
is
look at
so
Niles and he's
American?
beaming.
American.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Are you kidding me? There's
Just
something more
classic
There's something more
Americana.
classic Americana than like flying your jet and like playing football on
Golden
the
hour
beach and like
football on the
sipping a
beach.
beer at
Cracking
the
open a
bar
beer.
after. Oh my
Can't.
gosh. Like I'm drooling right
I
now. It sounds
can't.
so good. When he's playing the piano and he's playing the same song
the
that they
same
played in the first
song. I was
one
like, oh,
and like they're all
man.
rocking too. We've talked
like,
about this in
oh,
past
man.
episodes.
It's
How like my
bratty. It's
Ferris
like-
my Ferris Bueller's
Bueller.
Day Off fantasy of like singing and dancing, and everyone's like in unison. Like they kind of had a tinge of that in that scene that I that
Niles
I
likes the
loved.
camaraderie of like
yes.
of some boys.
I do. Like it's kind of from a sports background of just like you have a team, you're doing something hard together, and
Yeah.
you're bonding through it. It's like
Yeah.
I see that in this, but to the most romanticized degree, obviously, because it's like
I will say,
realistically they're going to war, which is very gnarly. But in Top Gun, it's like they're doing these special missions. They're treated like they're special. You know, it's like it's all romanticized.
Okay, so real quick though, I will say, as much as we love it, my one like kind of not diss, but just that I think my feedback on one super bad part of the movie was I don't think the love story was well done. I won't go into any spoilers, but I just think it was like fourth on the list of like, yeah, we got to do these pickup scenes, and like the dialogue wasn't great, and it just was like it wasn't developed as much. So I feel like they could have done a better job about like
they're just
developing.
It was from the first movie.
Yeah,
exactly.
It was very cheesy. Like he rolls up to her house, like the daughter has some snarky comments. Like it wasn't great. But it also is like it's a level of cheesy that's nostalgic. It felt still pretty 80s. Like it felt true to the time of when the original was announced. The end also, without spoiling too much, the end is like there's like 5 endings. And like it all, and it's just like I was dying. It's like, okay, maybe you can just fast forward like a minute if you don't want a spoiler, because I have to talk about this. But basically, it's like, so he saves Rooster, right? But then Rooster saves him, and then they steal a plane, and then like they fight off everyone, and then there's like one more bad guy, and then like Hangman saves them. It's just like the ultimate web of like redemption and making sure everyone like was.
And then right before they're about to land on the aircraft carrier, his like wheel is broken or something. And they're like, oh wait, can we even land this?
Yeah. Oh no. Right. Yeah, it's like I was kind of dying
till the very end.
But at that point, it's like I've already been sitting here an hour and 30 minutes.
Also,
like,
I said, Joshua, I know you're not feeling too well, so if you want to say, Joshua, everybody is recording this like a day after getting sick, so shout out to you for being here.
Yeah, props, bro.
But just the beginning of the movie when it's just like the montage of like all the music,
like,
it's the hyper fast cuts of
and the
jets
guys
the
high fiving.
They're all high fiving. I'm like, when a jet takes off in the military from an aircraft carrier, are they just high fiving like, yeah, great landing, oh, good takeoff?
I mean, to be honest,
maybe
it is rewarding to see a plane get off the carrier successfully. Like that is rewarding. Every time, just think about
it. But it shouldn't be surprising, right? Like it should be expected that they're able to successfully do that.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, because
it's like, oh shit, another one went in the water.
Another 70 million down the drain.
My nephew.
We'll get it next time.
My nephew's in the Navy, so like I just see him
on
a boat like that, and it's like. Yeah, I'm sure they had to make some sort of fun camaraderie as they're doing all of this, right?
Right. That's true. So
I have a question. This was
hit
obviously IMAX experience, right? Because all these IMAX cameras, the sound, all the things.
I saw it in a regular theater.
I saw it in a regular too, but it is available on IMAX.
Yeah. Okay, so you all saw it in the regular. Is this a movie you'll ever watch at home? Like, will you ever stream this at home, or is it just made for a movie theater?
If you have the right sound system.
Okay.
Right. It doesn't do it justice if you have a puny little speaker coming out of your TV.
Right.
I'm so sorry.
It's also like
I'm so sorry.
It's an entertaining blockbuster film that the story is very easy to follow, and it's just kind of like mind candy. It's not
you could have it on in the background and then just be like, oh, sick, they're doing this.
Right.
Scene.
Like, this part's awesome. Like, let's watch it, and then let's keep talking. Like, I feel like that's what's nice thing. I like to call it an HBLR, but this one would be an HBHR in my mind, which is a high budget, low rating HBLR. So it's like The Mummy. Any sort of Marvel movie to me isn't a great movie, but it's
any
like
other
high
Tom
budget
Cruise movie.
Really, yeah, exactly. Mission Impossible, high budget, low
Those
rating.
Are good. Those are good.
Top Gun to me is an HBHR, high budget, high rating. Like I actually enjoyed it. But yeah, I feel like blockbusters to me are I just view them so differently than like an indie A24 film. And like I don't even want to get into A24 today. That's for another episode. But it's like I just judge them in different categories, right? So like if you're gonna go see this movie and you're looking for this emotional drama, it's like, well, probably not gonna be your film. But if you're looking just to be purely entertained with just like unadulterated flying, high octane experiential filming, then like you're gonna love it. It's gonna be awesome.
I did
Cool.
scream yes in the theater once they hit the target. Once when they pull off
Yes.
that move coming back. Oh,
Right.
I was
Right.
like, yes. Oh, shoot, my bad. There's like
By
10 people in
yourself
there. No,
in
there's
the
like
theater?
10 people in there.
That's
Right.
funny.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, I was in
So
it. I was in
good.
it. Side note.
Can I also give?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was
No,
going
no,
to say.
no,
I was
go
gonna
ahead.
change this. I was gonna change the subject. You know me, so go
Right.
ahead.
Yeah.
Joshua, speak while you can.
I was going to ask. Does Tom Cruise always have a running scene? Like, because there's a
Yes.
long track running scene in here. I had to think about every single movie. He has
Yes.
a running scene.
Yes.
It's so
Brad
funny.
Pitt
It's-
always
The-
eats. Brad
wait.
Pitt
Always
always,
eats.
Always
eats.
Tom
in
Cruise
every
always runs.
movie. Tom Cruise always runs.
Wait, do you guys remember the running scene that Tom Cruise is in the woods when he's trying to go find Rooster?
Yes,
and he's
that's what I'm
running,
talking
like,
about. He's like,
he's running like Nacho Libre, like with his full parachute.
yes, full on Tom Cruise running.
Yeah.
I
It
can't wait
looks
to
so
see it.
It looked kind of like they were like it was.
That was like a
I
bad
was supposed
take,
to giggle.
honestly.
I was like giggling, and I was like, wait, am I not supposed to giggle? Like, is he gonna get
Is this
killed?
not
by-
funny?
This isn't funny. Oh no, he's running for his life. Sorry guys, like I'm just over there giggling because I'm like, why is he running so
I'm
weird?
just like,
Yeah.
he should be gassed because he was at least like 10 miles away from when he crashed.
Also,
And
he's in like
doing all
8
that
feet of
distance.
snow, and he's just like hovering on the top of it. It's like homie would
It's
be
like,
post holing
okay,
every step.
Okay, homie.
Yeah.
Okay, homie.
Yeah.
That's all I have to
Okay,
say.
homie.
Okay, homie. Yeah. With sequels and stuff though. I'm not to say like some sequels are amazing the next year,
Right.
year, or like 2 years later, like Home Alone 2. So good.
That's true.
And that came
it
out like
stops
shortly
there.
after Home Alone 1.
It does stop there.
Yeah, and it
It
stops.
stops there.
yeah.
No, Home Alone 3, 4,
Joshua and I
5
finally
are not
agree on
great.
something.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, Home Alone 3 is it for me. It's like, no, it's not-
No.
Home Alone
No one
3
ever
was
said that.
honestly okay. 4 and 5 were insanely bad.
Isn't there like 7?
I didn't even
Sorry.
know there was a 4 and 5.
There's like 7.
There might
There's
be
literally like
7,
7. Let me see.
Someone bought the name to the rights to the name. and
Right.
just went off.
And then-
Okay, but just a quick subject change. I have to give a shout out to. We launched a Discord yesterday.
Yes.
And shout out
There's
to like
6.
the hype that's happening.
Over there.
There's 6.
yeah, I think we have
I
almost
just want to say
200
shout out
people.
to the hype.
That's
in our
what's
Discord.
up.
We have almost 200 people in the Discord. I don't know what
Yeah,
what like perks
the
you get for
community's-
joining, but you get to hang out with us.
Well,
in
I-
the
that's
chat
the thing.
forum.
Worse. I'm literally 1 day into my Discord journey, and I'm like, dude, this is crazy. Like, I don't know how.
My
Day
Discord
one,
journey.
day one Discord journey.
I can't. That's going to be a meme.
My
Anyways, just want to say
Discord
shout
journey.
out. Link will be in the description if you also want to join and you're seeing this episode.
Come hang out.
And yeah, okay. The hill I'm dying on in this episode. We talked about this last week.
Yeah.
This is. Let me get a
Uh-oh.
close up here.
So Corey,
This is the worst.
Is this a hot
worst
take?
LaCroix flavor ever invented.
I don't
Cherry
even like LaCroix.
blossom.
Cherry blossom. I'm gonna drink it because it's the only thing I had. But don't buy this
Oh.
flavor.
Damn.
Cherry blossom. It's
What happened to that
Wow.
liquid death,
Bad.
bro? You ran
Yeah,
out
I
of
was
liquid
like,
death?
wow, you already gave up on our attempt to be sponsored.
Yeah.
No.
2 weeks and that's it.
I need liquid dust to save me right now. I don't know why
I'm
I
rocking
drank
the
this
tail
again.
end of my single O.
Single O.
Single O. We need some
Single O
merch.
Ethio
Like I
or
text-
something else?
Like I texted y'all, we need some merch that has single O. Something.
Single O Ethio.
Water.
Yeah, we will.
H2O.
Same, just drink
Nice.
water.
I have water here too,
Yeah.
but I'm
Good
just
boy.
hiding it.
Hydrated. Going back to Home Alone, there's 6 movies of Home Alone.
Wow.
Yeah.
The last
little
one
too
was
much.
2021.
Wow,
I'm like,
wow,
stop,
wow,
just
wow.
A
stop.
little too much.
Yep, that's a
Wow.
lot.
Can we talk about? I think so. A lot of our Discord chat right now is talking about like, is Top Gun an Oscar-worthy movie? What do you guys think? Like, are you like this wins an Oscar, or are you like, oh, it's too blockbustery, doesn't fit the
what
narrative?
qualifies
There's nothing
as an
political
Oscar
in
winner?
it. There's nothing political in
nothing
it, which
political.
usually Oscars give nods to like things that are more political and like on
Current
cutting edge of
event or
culture. Yeah. So I'm just curious. Is it too broy to get an
It
Oscar?
won't win it won't win best picture, but I think it'll win some like editing or sound design, that kind of
Yeah.
those kind of awards.
There are some frames
like-
that are absolutely drool worthy, like symmetrical,
director of
beautiful.
photography.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like there's just some frames in there. I feel like it has to win a cinematography award because it's like
I
award,
agree, yeah.
award. Because like movies like Jurassic World and other ones are coming out this summer, but it's like that's all CGI. Like they didn't
All
have real
CGI.
they didn't have real ass dinosaurs. Like,
Right.
That's impossible.
They had,
Right.
they had a tennis ball. That's all they had, a tennis ball.
Right. Yeah.
So the original Top Gun won the Oscar for Best Music and Original Song. That's what's up.
Wow, which was
It
Danger
was a
Zone, right?
Danger Zone? No, I don't think that was.
Danger Zone.
No, I think
Yeah.
it's.
Such
I
a
think
good
it's
song.
Danger
Yeah.
Zone. I don't think was written for Top Gun. I think that was just.
Oh, really?
A song.
I've always known that as like the Top
The
Gun
Top
song.
Gun song.
Okay, definitely is the Top Gun song, but also the Top Gun the Top Gun anthem
Oh,
is
that
the
that,
Top
that
Gun
like
song,
that.
which I think is that's the.
that like drummy synthy. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
sick. Like that's sick. That's
I'll
sick.
put it. I'll put it in right here. I'll put it in right here in editing.
Niles,
they also.
this is bringing all the bro out in you.
I mean,
It
I
really
just
is.
Taylor, I can't change who I am.
I
you
know. I know. I'm not
And
asking you to.
I feel like I'm such a juxtaposition of like this creative side, but also this like I love football and I
Yeah.
like sports and you know I like the United States of America. You know, but it's like
Yeah.
so I'm always like
And
I'm always
beer.
like and beer. Yeah, I love cheap beer. Like I like country music. Like there's
And corn
there's
dogs.
a country song
Corn
that like
dogs.
that is literally I don't like corn dogs. Corn dogs are not good. Corn dogs are not good.
Yeah, I
For the
agree with that
record.
one. I
Yeah,
agree
for the record, that's where I draw the freaking line.
Do you like the
Corn
Do you like
dogs.
the fair, like the county fair?
Love county
I do
fairs.
love
Caleb,
County
I
Fair.
think
Would love
me
to
and
go
you
to
are
a
the corn
rodeo.
dog people here.
Yeah, probably.
Me and Taylor are kind of similar on a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Wait,
they're not.
wait,
Wait, so you guys like
I gotta-
actively crave corn dogs?
I gotta
Yes.
stop. I gotta stop. I gotta
Oh,
stop. I gotta
yeah.
stop. I gotta stop recording. Hold on.
So one thing you all talked about
Oh,
was
oh,
like, I guess Caleb, you said that the music was really good, and I'm assuming the sound design was insane. It had to have been.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
it
was
literally
great.
knocks you out of your chair.
Wait,
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
really quick too. It's the. Oh, I'm not focused. It's the bow 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 na 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 na.
Oh,
na,
it
na, na.
sounds nothing like that.
Nothing like that.
What just happened?
Just, sorry.
He went all the way. He sent.
Hi.
full
Cherry
send.
I just got
blossom
hyped.
got to you.
I wish I could just dump this out.
Don't
It's so
drink
gross.
cherry blossoms,
Yeah.
kids.
Joshua said he literally felt the G's.
Yeah.
So was the, I mean, and the first one won for sound, so they had to have obviously made it just
Right.
as good, if not better.
There's an opening shot where the plane buzzes like some admiral. And there's a and I saw you know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
and
I know exactly
and
what
in the
you're talking
BTS, dude, it's real. Like the
Yeah, it's-
plane buzzes them,
Oh, wow.
and literally they all have like sound blocking. Like all the crew
Yeah.
has like headphones on to block the sound.
It basically
and you see
rips
dust
off.
just like
it rips
What
off
does
the.
buzzing mean?
So,
Like-
so
like
when it,
flying
when it
really
takes
close.
off,
Like the roof.
yeah, when it
Okay.
takes off, and so there's a station where the security guard is. It basically takes off the roof.
yeah.
Right.
I'm just
And like I don't know if it
"Whoa,
actually took the
wee."
roof off, but like in the BTS, you're like, holy shit, they actually did that, which is terrifying. Like if you're the crew, like you are
Terrifying.
puckered AF. Like you're sitting
Yeah.
there, like okay,
It's
here
even
it comes.
scarier.
Yeah.
It's even scarier because it took like 2 seconds for the wind to catch up. It was
Right.
a plane, and then it's like 1, 2.
Shoom.
Right.
Whoa.
Right.
But yeah, I think music brings us to the sponsorship to this episode. Is crucial for your films. It's crucial for Top Gun
Uh-oh.
and
Uh-oh.
Tom.
Uh-oh.
We
Oh,
lost
his
him.
internet. Uh-oh, his
Oh
internet.
no! Oh no!
Well, that brings us to today's sponsor, which is MusicBed. Now, MusicBed is a platform that I've personally been using. I don't know how long you guys have been using it, but I've personally been using it, I think, since 2014. I think the first wedding video I ever made,
Dang.
I took a Vance Joy song because I ripped it. And then the second video I ever made, I found MusicBed.
Love it.
Yes.
Guys, I'm back. My internet went out. and I'm
Oh,
back.
great. Well, hey.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the sponsor of today's video.
Music.
MusicBed.
Music
Oh.
bud.
Yes.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
Remember
they're
when
su-
they sent us that huge crate one time at Moment?
I do. I got really
was
nervous.
insane.
And then we
You
did a
got
dance.
nervous.
We did a choreographed dance
We did. Out
And it-
in
I'll link
In a
that
park.
video.
out in Discovery Park at like 5 a.m. That's very funny. But MusicBed, what makes them unique to other music licensing platforms is that they have real artists. Like there are bands on MusicBed that I've been a fan of for a long time. Specifically, The Shivers. So there's a song called Beauty by The Shivers. That's like one of Sarah and I's songs. That like indie Americana kind of alt rock song. And now you can go license it via MusicBed, which is actually
cool.
nuts. So Caleb actually has some friends who are musicians that have basically built careers off of MusicBed. So what they do for the artist community and the quality of music they offer filmmakers is great. So we love
Yeah.
them. I think you
Check
will
them
too.
out. Check it out.
Yeah, the subscription service. I feel like once once it went from individually licensing to
Yeah.
having like
Subscription,
a
it got
service for
way better.
YouTubers,
Yes.
that's when like I was always happy to talk about them, but it was hard to be like, hey, download this song for every single
$300.
video.
Right, yeah.
But like, say you make a wedding video now, or you make a YouTube video every day, your daily vlogging, like you can use a song every day, a new one if you want, multiple songs in a
Right.
video. It's just such a good value. Like, if you're growing up in this era, consider yourself lucky that you have easy, good
my
music
gosh.
subscriptions.
Yeah.
Honestly,
it is
so
preach,
true.
dude. That's
Tricky.
so
So
true.
true.
Like, because like you have so many options, and Music Bed's a really good one that I think.
And I'm talking to ourselves. We're lucky. Like,
totally.
we're lucky now too that this exists now. Yeah. So Music Bed, shout out. Thanks for like pioneering the way for easy,
Yep.
good music for
Love you,
us
MB.
filmmakers.
Right, and there is
Yeah.
a link in the description to go check them out. So if you're curious,
Yeah.
head on over.
Use
there.
our link too because
Yeah.
we're sick.
Uh-oh,
Can
my
I-
life's
can I-
changing.
Can I want to go back a little bit on the
Yeah.
the idea of a sequel and
Okay.
and if having a sequel come out a little bit later does it benefit the film? I think it does most of the time, but what I'm very curious to see the next Avatar film because it's been what
Oh,
It's been-
interesting.
yeah, it's been what 10 years?
At least
About.
because I was living in Argentina when that came out, so I had to watch
Dang.
it with subtitles in
And I
Spanish and then
remember-
translate it to English in my head.
Oh wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
And I remember when they came out with the first Avatar, that took James Cameron 13 years to make because they didn't have the technology that was
Right.
available for it. And so, and I thought that was, I mean, I enjoyed
I remember
that.
watching that
Avatar
movie
was
and
so
like
whack.
hating humans because it's like these beautiful blue creatures who are like one with nature are just gallivanting through their world, and then like
Yeah.
humans show up and just start like siphoning natural resources out of their planet. It's just
Basically
like
Pocahontas.
like
in
damn
3D.
dude, like humans
Wait,
suck.
I literally
Yeah.
never. I feel like maybe I'll like it more when I'm older and now I have like a conscious about the environment and all that stuff. Back when I saw Avatar when I was like 13 or whatever, I was like, this is so
Okay.
stupid.
we were
course
we okay.
Caleb
Hold on.
thought that.
We
Of
were
course.
Yeah.
we were not 13. We were like 18, 19.
Yeah.
No, we weren't.
Yeah, it came
No.
out in 2000. Let's see. Avatar.
I know. I'm looking it up now.
2009.
Yeah.
So
well,
like
we
when
were-
you graduated college or high school.
High school.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I was a sophomore.
my head was still at my 13.
I was a
So
sophomore in high school.
when Caleb was 19, he still thought he was 13 and didn't like the environment.
Yeah. No. I mean, like I probably liked it, but like I would literally not. I mean, I didn't litter, but like I didn't.
I was
love-
probably in my most
stuff.
like I don't know, like how do I put this? Like, I'm reading like Into the Wild. I want to go live in the woods. Like at 19, I was my most like rogue self where I like never wanted to have a job. I wanted
Wanted to
go
escape it
I
all.
wanted to escape it all, right? So
Yeah.
Avatar to me was like it really
Everything.
it really like latched on there where like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like this world you could escape to kind of thing. So I'm excited to see
because
the second.
they get in those pods. When's the second coming out?
This year, I think.
Wow.
Oh,
that one
Avatar
is
was
no.
everything to me back in the day. I would watch it over and over and over. It's a movie I still go back and watch.
really
Kid
That's
you
so
not.
good.
Avatar?
I'm worried about that sequel. That's a tough
Are you?
sequel.
It's a tough sequel.
That's a-
Yeah.
It's
Josh
so
is asking.
easy.
Yeah.
It's so easily cheesy,
Yeah.
right? It's like it's like anything like sci-fi alien to me is like I feel like the first Avatar
It
was
all
like
comes down. It all comes down to the storyline. I'm convinced
Right.
of it with its
Right.
animation,
Yeah.
animated movies. Like it's just
I had to for one, I had to care about these characters for one. For me,
Right.
The villain in the first one made a lot of sense. The conflict in this second film, I don't really understand it yet. It's the environment changing or something. What's the title of this? Way of the Water. Like, what does that even mean? So like, I had to grasp on what the conflict is and how I'm going to care about these characters. It releases in December of this year. December
The Way
16th.
of the Water.
Yeah.
I like that it's just Avatar 2. I always appreciate when they're just like
Yeah.
2.
Two.
Like
You
like
know
if
what?
it's Top Gun 2. Like I'm like I respect it,
I was for some reason talking about
Wait, the Colonel's back? Sorry. I thought he
Fast and
died.
Furious sequels with Tyler the other day.
Oh my gosh.
And we looked up the names of all of them. Have you seen their naming structure for these movies?
Wait, what do you mean?
I don't think.
Let me.
It's funny. It's funny.
Wait,
let's go.
There's
Fast
like
9, baby.
There's like 10 of them, right?
You're gonna.
It was like Too
You're
Fast,
gonna
Too
love
Furious.
this.
And,
Okay, so it was the Fast and the
There's
Furious.
9.
The Fast and the Furious.
Then it was Too Fast, Too Furious, which is brilliant and great.
And that there was a Luda song about it. Too fast.
Yep.
Too
Too
furious.
Furious.
Then it's
So sick.
Luda's
the
in
Fast
Yeah.
and the
Right.
Furious Tokyo Drift.
Yep.
it.
Then
best
it's
one. Best one. I'll die on that
Fast
hill.
I will too. Actually, I
ampersand
like Tokyo Drift.
Furious.
Yeah, Tokyo Drift.
Sorry, sorry, go ahead.
Say the fourth one again.
The fourth one is Fast ampersand sign Furious.
Okay.
Then it's Fast 5. Then
Fast
it's
5.
Fast and Furious 6. Then it's Furious 7.
Yeah.
Then
Furious.
it's The Fate of the Furious. Then it's F9. And then it's Fast X. Who is in charge?
I mean,
Fast X.
they only get more ridiculous, and now people watch them just because it's like how ridiculous they are.
Right.
They're superhero movies, basically.
They
You can
are.
like Vin Diesel just bounced off the ground,
Oh my
falling out of
gosh.
a canyon,
I've
but
had
it's
this
fine.
argument with my older sister all the time. She's like, "It's such a good movie." It's like, no, it's not. They've turned it to something that we don't even know what they are anymore. They're space heroes, they're Power Rangers, they're Superman.
Yeah.
Like, they're all these things all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's so true.
I do like Shaw and Hobbs. I did like that film.
Oh,
That's technically another. That's
that's
technically
another Fast and the
Fast and
Furious,
Furious
just
movie,
like
yeah.
offshoot.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you see that, Taylor?
I mean, yeah.
Shaw and
I
Hobbs?
quit. I think I quit watching after Tokyo Drift.
Dang.
God, that was
I've seen
I
them
don't
all.
even know if
I've
I've
seen
seen
them all.
one.
I
I
definitely
complain,
like-
but I've seen them all.
right. Yeah. I've seen all the
Because you're
Star
always
Wars.
stoked, too, on the
but I've never seen all
cars.
those.
Like,
yeah.
the cars to me is kind of the broy part of Fast movies that I'm like, oh my gosh, these are so cool. And like the community around cars, like especially when it comes to like, I don't know, like street drag drifting.
Yeah, the
racing. I don't know
camaraderie.
what it's just cool.
The Brotherhood.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Movies are tight. Go check out. Go check out.
Is that your
What's the mo-
outro?
That is the
Yeah,
most
so
classic.
yeah, movies are tight.
Caleb, like I'm bored.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm bored.
I'm bored. I'm done. So movies are tight. Bye.
Movies are tight. Tom Cruise ripped still, and
And
How
he
old
rides
is
his
Tommy
motor-
Boy?
He'd be 60
He's
this
in his
year, I think.
50s.
He'd
He's
be
in his
60 this
50s.
year.
And he's just killing
just
it.
50.
He's like
Yeah,
59, right?
He's absolutely killing it.
Just running through snow and
What are some
50
other?
feeling the G's.
Yeah, exactly. Some other movies I'm excited to see this summer because that was actually my first theater experience.
Post-Pan?
No, in 3.5 years, I realized. The
Damn.
last movie I
Wow.
went to see was before my daughter was born. And
Wow.
it
How
was,
does
and it
it
was
go?
A Star is Born because my wife wanted to go see that
Oh,
with her
yeah.
friend and I just tagged along. That's
Yeah.
how
So after
long and-
3
Wow.
days of filming, production on for our job,
Yeah.
Niles is like, dude, I'm at your house. Like, why don't we go to the movies? I'm like, I guess so.
I mean,
I
once
guess.
you have
Exhausted,
kids, it's
but-
hard to go to the
It's
theater.
very difficult.
It's hard
is-
to
Yeah, it's
prioritize. it
very
as like,
hard.
oh, me and my wife have a date night. What do you want
Right.
to do? Go sit in a dark room and not
Nope.
talk for 3 hours? Like probably
Nope.
not. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want her falling in love with Tom Cruise, baby.
Yeah, she can't be seeing Miles Teller all jacked. Hangman, dude's hot. That's a hot guy.
Hangman.
He's
I hate
he's
that
sturdy.
dude on the
He's
movie.
sturdy.
I mean, it's a
I don't
hot
like
guy with his little toothpick. I mean, obviously you're
He's
not
my
supposed
least
to like
favorite
him. Well, of
character.
course you're not supposed to like him.
Yeah.
I think I'm excited to see Bullet Train this summer. That one looks
Yeah,
interesting. It
that
has
one looked
Brad Pitt.
interesting. Mhm.
Haven't even heard of it.
I'm also excited to
It was
see
one of
the,
the trailers
the
you'll
Elvis
see.
movie. The Elvis
I
movie.
do-
I thought Taylor. I thought you would be excited. to see.
Elvis movie.
I do not want to see
Yes.
that movie. That is.
Yes.
I'm not going to see that.
I am not gonna see that.
Why, Joshua? You don't like Elvis?
I don't like Elvis. Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What about Nope? Did you see have you guys seen any
What is it called?
any trailers for Nope? It's the new Jordan Peele movie.
Jordan Peele movie. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
it looks
insane.
crazy.
No, it
Yeah.
takes
Caleb
you-
and I saw the previews. I'm not a big scary
Trailer.
movie guy. Oh yeah, the trailer and the
Same.
previews.
The
I
last Jordan
like-
Peele, the last Jordan Peele movie I saw was Get Out.
Right.
So
I
Yeah.
think Jordan Peele is kind of like a genius though, and he's breaking a lot of boundaries into
Yeah.
like proper cinema, which I
Yeah.
really appreciate.
Yeah.
I think like
Dude, you
Similar
guys
to
need to
how
go
it-
watch
the
the
horror
trailer.
film.
You guys need to go to watch the trailer for Nope, though. Like, it's
it's
a very
insane.
good trailer.
I
and
saw it
it's
in
like-
the theater, and it was
all the little
Scary.
details,
Very
of the
scary.
little aliens come in. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh,
very
yeah.
But
scary.
also
You kind of see an
Yeah.
alien for a second in the trailer too, and it's like
he's mad short walking towards you. Oh,
yeah, Jordan
Oh.
Peele is
he's mad
smart.
short walking towards you.
but
Man, get out of here, little alien! Beat your ass. All right, cool. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for
Movies
Music
are
Bed for
tight.
sponsoring the vid. Movies are movies are
it
tight.
was tight.
See you guys.
Can that be the title of the YouTube video or the
No.
podcast?
Bye.
Cool.
That wouldn't do well on search.
Later.
On search. All right, guys.
Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side.